Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, finally got around to putting some kill switches. Well, I just got one kill switch in my car right now, and I'm gonna put some more. And I thought I'd start making a video on some things you can do to help slow down, to make your car less of a target. If somebody really wants your car, they're gonna take it. But the amount of effort it would take to take a car that's been secured a little bit is probably not worth what the value of them taking the car would cost them. Anyways, that being said, let's just get on with it. So when I got this car, it used to have probably a wireless, maybe a remote start system hooked up, and some kind of alarm system. Mostly it looked like an alarm system, which the person had taken the alarm components out and left a few things behind. Like I got on a siren here. It's a really wimpy one. But I got it wired up inside, and I just use it for kind of like a fun toggle switch thing. Actually, I got a really cheap Walmart toggle switch, and it broke, so I'd show it to you, but it doesn't work right now. I'm gonna switch out the switch with a higher quality one. But basically, what I did is one of the things it had left over from security, it had a relay, and there's benefits to using a relay, but the main reason why I used it was because it was here and it's already wired up into a nice spot. So what I did is, let's see if we can see this. If you look down there, that is the signal for your starter. And as you can see, as I ran a wire from there to my relay, and the other side of it goes right here. And this is actually the side that would normally plug into the starter. So what happens is right now this relay is open, so if you turn the ignition key, the starter won't fire. The car will do everything else except for you can't turn the starter over, because the line's actually considered cut right here, because that's what the relay is doing. So then all I did is I ran the other two lines. The ground was really easy. It was already grounded right here, so I don't have to worry about the grounding. And the other line I ran through, it goes through a grommet into the cab, and then I just found under my dash, I just found a 12 volt constantly on power line, and right now I just have a rocker switch in there. Unfortunately, it's an on-off rocker switch. It would be better, maybe better, to have one that when you rocked it, it would close the circuit, then you could start the car. When you close the switch, basically it closes the contacts here and completes the circuit, so your starter will work. But that way you could, if you had a rocking rocker switch, you could, a rocking toggle switch I should say, you could rock it to the closed position, start the car, let go of it, and then it would, the next time somebody couldn't start the car. So what I do now is I just flip it on, start the car, and then just turn the rocker switch to the off position, and then excuse me, when I turn off the car, then the car won't start again unless you flip the rocker switch back on. And then for right now, I just tuck the switch away. Now maybe I'll do a video on security. You're like, oh, are you showing everybody how this works? Well, this is just one step. I'm gonna keep doing multiple layers. And then a good security system would be one that you could look at, you could explain to somebody, and they would see, yeah, I don't want to mess with that, and it would be obvious that you would want to do it. Think like, let's say you had a bear trap, and you had your thing you're trying to protect in the middle of the bear trap, you know, like the ones you see in the cartoons where you pry open the bear trap, and if you touch the pressure plate in the middle, it'll snap shut, and it's really strong, and if you did that, it would cut your hand off. Well, the first thing somebody would do is, okay, how can I defeat this? Well, maybe you stick a stick in there, and then if you touch the plate, the bear trap would shut tight, and then you could just reach around it and take the prize out of the pressure plate. But there's a pretty easy fix for that, is that you make it so that if the bear trap, when it is activated, not only does it chop off somebody's hand or break their arm, but also maybe encloses the case in a locked mechanism so that they couldn't get at it. So triggering the bear trap would render the prize unavailable, and then obviously you would not want to stick your hand in the bear trap, because you'd probably get your arm broken off and you wouldn't be able to get out of it without getting a broken arm. So that'd be an obvious, I don't want to mess with this thing, I'll just go on to the next one. Oh, there's the prize, somebody just left it on the ground, I'll take that. And you're moving on to easier targets. Anyway, I'm rambling a little bit. Maybe I'll go into the theories of security a little bit more. So that being said, that's why I don't like security through obscurity. That's where, like, if I right now I'm doing security through obscurity in that I'm not showing you where my rocker switch is. If I felt that my system was, it didn't matter that you knew where my rocker switch is, that would be a better system, because the fact you knew and see how it works and understand how it works still is enough of a deterrent that you would not want to mess with it, because you'd understand that would not be good. Anyhow, I'm going to do a couple other things. I want to put a kill switch on my clutch, because that makes the car act very interesting. When you know, somebody steals your car, they go to try to start it and it won't start, and it's because the clutch thinks it's not being depressed, and that's kind of a neat one. Most people shoot straight for the fuel pump. There's a couple problems with that. If you're any kind of a decent, well, I shouldn't say decent, a lot of mechanics understand that work on Hondas, when you turn it on, you hear that fuel pump if you know what you're listening to. And if you got in a car, you turned it on, and you didn't hear the fuel pump, you would know right away, well, somebody's got to bypass the fuel pump. And it's not that hard to directly wire a fuel pump. It's inconvenient, but it's not too terribly difficult to bypass a fuel pump. Anyhow, and that could be another layer that you could add to it. So anyhow, so I thought I'd show that to you. I hope this made sense. A lot of rambling here. And if it doesn't make sense, ask some questions, and maybe I'll show more and explain more in detail. If you like this video, just hit the like button, and if you subscribe, you'll see more videos as they come out. So as I make more security systems, and then when I feel comfortable where I got it buttoned up enough to where I can show you some of my inside stuff that I'm doing, because it wouldn't matter that you know where they are, I'll do that later on. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave some comments below too. Anyways, thank you for watching.